This just in, we interrupt your daily broadcast. This man, do you know him? Have you seen him? Do you know about his videos? Do you know who he is? Me neither. None of us do. Go subscribe. What is that? It smells just like a... It smells like a banger video. Let's go. Super clean in there. It's a little hidden power, bro. What is up, my G's? Had to throw a beanie on, tame the mane, it was getting a little wild. Freezing out. What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, and I know some of you are, we went up to like 207, 208 subs last night. Let's go. If you're new here, my name's Chris. We do Mk7 GTI content, we're building my car, we do car stuff, we cover everything, we have a good time. What's good? Go down there and subscribe. Woo! All right, now that we got the business covered. Today, I always say it's gonna be a quick one, so it's not gonna be a quick one. I'm never gonna say that anymore, because every time I edit, it's like 20 minutes, and I'm like, it's quick. So today is an easy one, but I don't know if it's gonna be a quick one. All I got was just the ECS intake scoop, and it goes right here behind the grill. It goes right behind there, and virtually the Mk7 GTI guys will know this. So when you buy the Mk7, it has the little air intake part, and then half of it is closed off, and people usually Dremel that out, but it still doesn't directly take in air because it sits behind the hood. So the scoop is nothing crazy. The scoop is like nothing crazy, it's just like this big, and it goes down in front of the grill and just sucks everything right in. So today we'll be installing that because it'll be super easy, and virtually my thought process was after this I'm doing the intercooler install. So pairing that with the cold air intake as well as the intercooler, our IATs and our CATs are gonna be so low, bro. My charge air is gonna be freezing. My intake is gonna be sub-zero. Feeling good, feeling good. I just got a little sip of coffee. I mean, I'm zooming. It is really cold though. Quite cold. I was gonna wash her, but you know, it's a little too cold for that. So we'll just do an install. Shout out to everybody on the, all in the comments on the Q&A. That's so awesome to me. Like, it's just cool for me to process that like people are from everywhere and I'm meeting new people, so that's sick. So shout out to you guys. But let's get into it. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down a sunny day? Gotta limber up for this install. It's gonna be a good one. Don't want to pull the hammies. Let's go. In today's install, we'll be installing this bubble wrap. Yeah, so basically how it works is like you guys have your grill, and then you just stuff this behind it, and then you scoop it up like this, and then it sits like this, and it just scoops through it. Everything it comes with. Your return label. A nice little stencil. You lay it down on top of the grill, so you know exactly where to cut. A burrito. Ooh, it comes with a nice little spicy plaque on there. And then you come with the top piece of the plate. All the hardware you need. Oh, damn, look at that plaque. Ooh. Damn. This is actually sick. So we ordered the red one, but the red one they said was out of stock until February because I thought that would have looked way cooler behind the grill. But I'm not that worried about it because you're not really gonna see it anyway. It was more just to get a little bit of a colder air intake box, and you guys will see what I'm talking about when we get out there and we install her, and I can explain it a little bit better. But virtually this just sits on top of your little grill piece where I did the badgeless grill install. You just Dremel that out, and then this goes underneath it and sits right underneath your grill, so air is actually being taken right into it. So it's actually functional. don't think that you're gonna put it in and like make more power, because actually you are. This is gonna push you 50 more pounds of boost. This is gonna turn you 100 horsepower, bro. You're gonna be taking in the coldest air. The IATs are gonna be sub-zero. Damn, fool, came with a phone too. Let's go. This is everything that it comes with. And to install it, you're gonna need something to cut up the grill. And I don't have my Dremel here, so we're gonna figure that out. And yeah, literally all it is you cut that out, you drill holes, and your holes are threaded, so you don't need bolts or anything. And you just put washers on top of your nuts, and you slap her in just like that. Just like that. We'll get right into it. Also, if you guys want to know anything about these, I'll link them down in the description below. You can check them out. They're not super expensive, and they make them in pairs too, but they're sold out, so I had to, this was literally all they had, so I kind of just settled for this. And they sell it in singles too, so eventually I can just buy the other one, and then it's actually cheaper, I think, than pairs or whatever, but now it's like the same price. Either way, they sell it in red and black, and they sell it in pairs. And I'm pretty sure they make it for BMWs, E90, and like something else. But if you want to check it out, I'll put it in the description below for you. Step 1, pop your hood. Step 2, get a badgeless grill. Step 3, open your hood. Wow. Damn, cousin. We gotta get some carbon under here and clean this up. You right. This is gonna sit right behind here and scoop in air. And this goes on the top end of right here, that way. Just like that, and then goes directly into here, which goes right into my big intake boy. This way? I think it goes this way. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. That makes perfect sense. So all you gotta do is, to take this off, you just take these two bolts off. I wanna say they're like a T25, I don't 100% remember though. We'll find out in just a second, and then you literally just pull up on this, the whole thing pulls out, and then cut it out. Bruh, we can just do this whole install inside. What the hell? You don't gotta be out here in the cold. 25. Yeah, it's a T25. You think I could find my T25? Of course not. Found it. Oh, would you look at that T25 go? Ba-bing. Down the engine. Wouldn't be the first time. Probably not the last time. Damn, bro, it's actually like 10 degrees. It's so cold. Go down there and hit like for your boy. It's cold. And then this literally just like boop, boop, and then you just boop. On a serious note, you guys should probably do this where it's warm. If it's really cold out, I wouldn't do this because this plastic breaks really easily. If you go to drill it when it's really cold, the whole thing's gonna crack, so don't do that. Bring it inside, or use a heat gun. If you have a heat gun and it's cold out, just heat it up right before you cut it, because we don't want the boys breaking the grills. Wipe it down nice and clean so it actually sticks to it, like so. It doesn't have to be perfect, just line it up with the holes, because it doesn't matter if it has bubbles or anything in it, you're just using it as a template. Let it in, let it in. Let this be a little lesson to you. Anybody can mod a car. Anybody can work on a car. Anybody can do anything they want. You just gotta do it. I'm using the tools I got. I'm sitting at the table drinking some coffee. Anybody can do this. Just get out there and do it, bro. But now here comes the problem. As I just said, I don't have all my tools here, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna use to cut this. And I have a Sawzall with a really fine blade, but I don't wanna like overkill it, so I don't have my Dremel or anything. If you do this, I highly recommend having a Dremel with a little circular cutting bit, because that would make your life a lot easier. Had to go out and give you a couple thumbnails. Alright, so it's no finish work, because I had to do this with a Sawzall and a drill, so I went through and drilled a bunch of holes to make it easier, recess cuts, and then just went through, cut it all out, and then filed it down a little bit. But also, it doesn't have to be perfect when you guys are putting it in, because as you can see, this is gonna go right over that, and that looks gorgeous. Let's get it put on. Surprise, motherfucker. We're back out. We got everything all put in, everything tightened up. Looks super clean in there. Nothing crazy, but just a little something something. It's kind of cool because it's functional. It like really is, whether you know you say it is or not. Because I think paired with the intercooler, we'll have all of the freshest of air coming in. You know what I'm saying, bro? While we put this in, go down there and hit that subscribe button. Support your boy. Little wipe down. It's like casual. It's like a little shimmer in there. Ooh. If this wasn't dirty as shit, you could see it better. It's a little hidden power, bro. All right, that was easy. Now I feel like our whole intake situation is like cleaned up and everything's really good on that side. Then we'll get the intercooler in there and our temps will be a little bit lower, our charge air and our IATs. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, I had a great time filming. So, one more time, go down there, hit subscribe, bro. We're growing so fast. Tell a friend about the channel. We literally hit 200 like the other day. We're already at 208. We're going fast, bro. We're going fast. I'm so hyped. Faster we grow, the more we can do, the more cars, the more stuff, the more mods, the more videos, and the more fun we're gonna have. Wahoo! So, as always, I will catch you in the next one. Next time I see you guys, we'll be putting an intercooler in. So keep your eyes out for that video, but you guys keep it real. Keep on driving, have a good time. I hope you guys have a good day. Your boy's out. Peace. Bye.